Hey everybody, this is Coach White, Lamont White, LC White, with my man, my host, Mr. Long. This has been a long awaited podcast that I've been working for a long time. I've been working for this for a long time. And I finally found the right host, the man with all the answers, Mr. Long. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate everybody joining in, tuning in for what we have in store for you. Today's our first podcast,
First one.
First one. You can watch it on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever you get your social media podcast, you can watch it. So, Mr. Long, you ready to dive into this?
Oh, I'm definitely ready to dive into it. I'm honored to be part of this great podcast with Coach White. Now, he said I'm the one with all the answers. Actually, he's the one with all the answers, and he's going to show you that on tonight. And this podcast is very important and imperative to people in business who are looking to get into business, to start a business. And he has many successful businesses that he operates, and he's going to be very transparent, with things about business, giving good wisdom and good tips, things that may work and may not work. And we're going to jump right into it. We know, right, as you can see right now, you can see behind him, he's at his Carryout. He's at one of his businesses now.
Yeah.
He's at his Carryout. So the first question I would have for you about your Carryout, what inspired you to open your Carryout?
Well, here it is. A lot of people open businesses saying, oh man, I'm gonna make all this kind of money. I'm gonna make tons of money. But this is really not about chicken. This is about licensing the name. So if you understand the hip hop roll, America's Best, New York Fried Chicken, nobody looks like us.
Right.
You never see a black person working in hip hop. You might see a black person in America's Best, but other nationalities own them, and that's totally fine. But we are building a brand that can compete with hip hop, America's Best, New York Fried Chicken, where you can be any color, any background, any ethnicity to own one of the licenses. So what happens is the chicken is good, but it's not really about chicken when we're establishing business. So I want to encourage everybody, when you're establishing businesses, know your why you're establishing a business. My why was, one, I had the real estate. Two, when I bought the building, already had the Carryout. But then I said to myself, why not license the Carryout so other people can have a brand that's established, that's good, just like a hip hop, just like a New York Fried Chicken, just like America's Best. So now it's more about licensing more so than chicken. So when you start a business or you start anything, you got to have your why. You got to know why you're doing it, because it's going to take your time. It's going to take your money.
That's right.
It's going to take your time and money. So you got to know your why. So that's why I started this. I had the time. I had the real estate already. And I already had the base Carryout. So my other why was why we don't have a chicken brand that's black owned, and we can license it all over the city and support ourselves. That's my why.
Wow. And that's very important. Your why was very important. And you mentioned something that was very key when you said that it would cost, money. You had to pay a lot of your money. So that would take me into my next question. How much capital does it take to start up, and what was your biggest initial cost?
Whoa, what does it cost to start? Now, I'm in the carryout business. Now, I had a tiny little sit-down restaurant earlier, but This is called quick serve, fast casual. So you
Wow.
come in, you get your stuff, you're gone. How much does it cost? Realistically, for the average person that's wanting to start a carryout business with your branding, your equipment, your insurance, your licenses, your taxes, your fees, to get in from start to opening day one, you're probably looking at anywhere between 75 on the low end to 250,
Oh wow.
250,000. Yeah.
Wow.
Takes a
That's enough.
lot. It takes a lot of money to get into these businesses. But even though it takes a lot of money, in future shows, I'm gonna show you how to source out your money
Right.
to get into the business. Now, I know a lot of people might love to cook. I'm gonna get a food truck, or I'm gonna get a carry out. I have a food truck as well. I'm building another food truck as we speak. Food truck might be the easiest route. You probably can do a food truck for about 30,000, save your money, put some money
Right.
down, get a low interest loan or whatever, depends on credit. But I'm gonna show you in future videos and future YouTubes and future podcasts how to source out your money, how to get funding, how to do different things like that. But in reality, it costs every bit of 75,000 to 250,000, depending on if you're going to rent or if you're going into a store that's already there and you're going into
Right.
a second generation carryout where it was already a carryout. They didn't make it for some reason, or they stopped the business or whatever. If you go into a second generation carryout, it'll cost you a lot less than
That's
starting
right.
out from scratch. Yes, sir.
Wow. That's awesome. But everybody's, I would say everybody's situation is different.
Yeah.
So for you specifically, how long did it take for you to go from an idea to opening day?
Well, here it is. Here it is, y'all. Here it is. I have a new line of clothing called Dream Big, Think Big, Be the Boss. Okay.
Hmm.
You cannot be scared if you have a vision or you have a goal for a business. You cannot be scared to dive in head first. A lot of people have ideas to start a business, but it's just an idea. So here it is. You ask me from the time I started this or what idea that I had to start it, 45 days.
Oh wow.
45 days. 45 days from conception to opening the door, 45 days.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't let
not bad
nobody,
at all.
yeah, I don't let nobody talk me out of anything. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to be an entrepreneur, if you really want to do this thing, listen, I've lost 70,000 this year alone by bad decisions I've made in business. I'm still learning every day. You know what I'm saying? I've lost 70,000. I got into a business too far away.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The business wasn't in my catchment zone. 70,000 over the last 15, 20 years in business. I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars property and different things like that because I didn't have Coach White. I didn't have a blueprint.
Right.
I didn't have the white print. I didn't have anybody doing podcasts showing me, coaching me how to do it. The sending me like anybody can send me an email and and
That's
and
right.
and, and ask me what's the steps. I already have the steps. I already have a book, The 6 Steps to Entrepreneurship, The 6 Steps to Buying Real Estate. I have 6 steps in just about every business I've done. So from the time I thought about the wing wagon, I'm in the carryout right now on North Avenue. It's called the wing wagon. I'm in here right now. From I brought the building. The building has a carryout at the bottom and 4 apartments upstairs. I brought the building for the real estate.
Right.
I didn't buy the building for the carryout. I brought the building for the real estate potential. But then when I realized the potential in the carryout and how I can build a brand and license it, then I
Hmm.
went crazy. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So you have to know the potential of everything that you buy, everything that you want to do. You have to know the potential. And then you have to know the potential of yourself to carry out the plan.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you don't believe in yourself and somebody can tell you it's not going to work, it's not going to work, you know? So right now, how long did it take? 45, 45 days from my licenses, my health permit, my putting in new equipment, the idea, sourcing out money, sourcing out the brand,
Hmm.
thinking about the logo, thinking about what I'm gonna serve, the menu, and different things like that. 45 days.
Oh wow.
Now, now, now,
That
now,
was
now, some people it takes some years, but I've
right.
been
That's
doing
what
it
I
so
was saying. That
long.
was a good
Yeah,
turnaround.
yeah, but I've been doing it so long that I can tell somebody, I can look at their problem, give them a solution because I've been in every business in America.
Wow. And it's very important and imperative that you said you were talking about the licenses because there
Yeah,
are definitely permits and licenses that have to, you have to get in order to open up a carryout in a
yeah,
restaurant.
yeah. We have built something where you can come into a clean establishment.
Hmm.
They've been feeding us nasty food and different things for years. If you have a bad experience here, tell me about it. I'll give you a brand new chicken box or a fresh egg rolls. No big deal. I'm not going to fuss about it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? I believe in customer service. I'm not going to fuss about it. You know what I'm saying? The brand is, you're building a brand, so I'm not going to fuss about it. Oh, you didn't give me a wing. I asked for 4 wings and fries, and when I got there, it was only 3 wings. You might have ate one and came back in. I don't know. That don't really
right.
bother. It's about licensing and branding for me.
That's right.
It's the people I hire's job to make sure that the food has quality control. My job is to sell a license for the wing wagon. That's my job. My job is business. My job is entrepreneurship. My job is showing people how to build wealth. My job is to show people how to duplicate what I did. You know what I'm saying? For their family legacy. You know what I'm saying? That's my job.
Def-
Yeah.
Speaking of licenses and permits, which ones were the hardest to get?
The hardest to get probably is your health license because your
Mhm.
water has to be a certain temperature.
Yeah,
Your refrigerators have to be a certain temperature. Everything with your health license, you got to make sure that you got a pest control company because rodents do come. The colder it
hmm,
gets, the more rodents come. You got to make sure that you got a pest control company that's making sure that you don't have any rodents. You got to make sure that your hot water heater is up to standards. You got to make sure
right,
that you have your safe serve. You got to make sure all of these things, and then you got to make sure you up to date if they come and do if they come in and do a sneak visit.
right.
You know, so yeah, man, it's a lot involved, man.
Wow. Speaking about a lot being involved, what is your biggest expense each month when it comes to your carry out?
Food and labor.
Oh, food and labor. That was
Yep.
straight to the point.
Food and
And I
labor.
know y'all here to talk in the ordering in the background. That's a good thing because
Oh yeah, yeah. I
we
wanted to
wanted this
make
to
sure,
be live. Yeah,
like I told you, man. I want to make sure when we doing the podcast, I want to make sure that you guys actually see what we're doing. You guys actually see
that's
that
right.
that you have a coach that actually understands business. That actually, because see, the thing about it is, right now the internet is littered with a bunch of people that really don't have a business, but they're using AI to generate something to sell you. I do
Right.
use AI, but I'm not generating anything to sell you. I'm selling you all the lessons I learned from this thing called losing. Hey, how much is your triple mix?
Right. And I definitely understand that. And it's a good thing the gentleman in the back, he was asking, hey, how much is, he was asking about the prices up.
Right, right,
Now
right,
we know that we got the tariffs and all kinds of stuff going on, in the USA.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to pricing,
When it comes down, I'm sorry.
now you good. Y'all, you in the trenches right now.
I'm in the
Y'all
trenches,
work.
baby.
Yeah.
I'm in the
How do
trenches.
you handle your pricing your menu to cover the cost and
Well,
still stay
well,
competitive?
honestly, believe it or not, chicken is the lowest it's been in 5 years.
Oh wow,
Believe it or not, chicken.
that's
chicken.
definitely a good thing.
When I opened this business in July, chicken was 770 some dollars for a 40-pound box. Now it's
Wow.
60. Now it's $60 for a 40-pound box.
Oh, that's good. It's
Yeah.
going down.
Oh yeah, it's
Price going
150.
down.
It's $1.50 per pound now. So it's so many different things, man, that you learn. I mean, we definitely have to look at the economy and what's going on
That's right.
in the world. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got to look at that. You know, but at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
it is what it is. And the pricing. We're not going to change the pricing whether it goes higher or lower. We're going to
Right.
keep our pricing the same. But the key is to add more licensees for the overall bottom line of the company.
That's right.
So we want to open up more stores. So say for instance, if you and your family wanted to get into the chicken business, the wing
Hmm.
wagon business, you can open a wing wagon on another side of town with the menu, with everything that we do here. We'll train you, we'll teach you, we'll bring you on. You know what I'm saying? You pay for the license. You haven't even asked me how much the license is, but I'm gonna tell you. So a license to get a licensed branded wing wagon is $27,000.
It's not too bad. That's not bad at all, actually.
No, not bad at all. It's $27,000 paid in 4 installments. As you get into the business, we'll help you source out your equipment. We'll help you source out your fryers, your seasoning, your everything you want to do because I'm walking you through hand in hand. Now, the good thing about the licensing in a franchise you have to do so every Chick-fil-A has to do it to the letter.
Right.
With a licensing, you can bring in your mother's apple pie.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Or you can cook your favorite dish. But with a franchise, you have to stay in the guidelines of the franchise, of the
Yeah.
FDA, after FDD is the franchise disclosure document. You have to stay in the lines of that. So, but that's another whole podcast franchise because I own two franchises. I own two Minuteman Press, and I'm actually a franchise E and not a franchisor. So a
Wow.
franchisor is the person who owns the franchise and selling to franchisees. But I'm a
Right.
franchisee where I own two franchise Minuteman Press. But that's a whole nother business. Man, we can talk all
We
night.
going yeah, we gonna get to that one. We definitely gonna get to that one, on one of these episodes. So
Yeah,
y'all
no
make
question.
sure that y'all, stay tuned. Make
Tune
sure that
in, tune
y'all
in, tune in.
subscribe. Make sure y'all share this podcast, this video. Make sure y'all keep it moving as we keep it moving.
Yes, yes,
Now,
let's get
as you have new people coming into business and they're, like you said, they're spending money, they're trying to get this right, trying to get that right. What financial mistakes should new owners avoid?
Woo-wee. Plan, plan, plan 3 times. Plan 3 times, mentor,
Hmm.
execute. Plan, mentor, execute.
Execute.
They say cut once, measure twice, but in this case, measure 3 times, mentor, execute.
Wow.
You understand what
Say
I'm
that
saying?
one more time for the people in the back.
So you, instead of measure twice, cut once, you measure 3 times,
Hmm.
you measure 3 times. So in my case, we plan. The next step is mentor. Find somebody that's been in the business that you are in or you want to go into. And if you have to, you might have to find two people and get a whole
That's
narrative and then execute. But getting a whole lot of people in your head can be devastating to your execution.
right.
Can be devastating to your
I definitely
execution.
agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? It can be devastating to your execution. So we got to make sure that we don't let somebody, we don't plan ourselves out of executing, and we don't let our mentor or what scary things, because every even though you get a mentor, even though I mentor and I coach a lot of business owners, you have to understand that everybody experience is still going to be different. You just
That's
getting a
right.
mentor to navigate different things that you don't know, right?
That's
Because
right.
you can plan. Somebody can say, I'm about to open up a restaurant, and they got a budget, they got all this stuff, but they still need somebody to talk to. Because I'm telling you, man, without somebody to talk to in this business, it is hard. Hard.
Oh,
But
I would definitely believe that.
but I'm a serial. I am a serial entrepreneur, businessman. That I'm an expert at failing, but I'm an expert at success too. You understand what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I didn't use mentors a lot of times. You understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes the people that I was going to was afraid that I was going to learn more than them and surpass them. In the world we live in, is enough for
Wow.
everybody.
That's right.
Enough for everybody.
There's
Matter of fact, I
definitely
got
enough for everybody.
listen. Here's the crazy thing. You ready for this? The
I'm ready.
young guy that I'm mentoring, and I blessed him to help him start his business. He's selling chicken wings as well. He just went viral
Wow.
and making more money than me.
Wow.
But I'm okay because my game plan is not to be in chicken. My game plan is to be in licensing.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So we got to know where we are. We can't look at what somebody else's success
Hmm.
is. We got to stick to the plan. If you already wrote your vision and you made it plain, you can't look at nobody else's test.
That's right.
Good God Almighty. I don't want to preach, but if you already wrote your answers, you already wrote your essay, and now you already wrote your vision and you made it plain, right? You can't go and look at somebody else's vision and say, "Oh man, they doing this." That's the vision God gave you. You got to stick
Right.
with it. See it out. See it out.
Right. Don't tweak your vision to mimic someone else's vision.
Yeah. See it out.
I definitely get it. I
See
definitely
it out.
get it.
See it out.
And I know in business, all businesses have their ups and their downs.
Yes.
Their good times, their bad times.
Yes.
Times where you're making a boatload of money, times where you're not making money. Now, what keeps Coach White motivated to keep going when business gets tough?
Well, the thing about it is, I've learned a long time ago, and everybody say to me, "You are, um, man, you ain't got time. You doing all this stuff. When, and what if this happened? What if this happened?"
Right.
I have 5 strong businesses, and I have 5 businesses that are okay, right?
Hmm.
When one of my strong businesses get weak,
Hmm.
these 5 little businesses can pick it up.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And
I
then
got
I gotta understand, why is this business sick?
you. Hmm.
9 times out of 10 is sick because of the marketing or the person working the business besides myself, my staff. That's when it
Right.
becomes sick. Yep. Because I'm in businesses right now where if the economy crashes, people always going to eat.
Yep.
People always need a place to live. People always need to wash their clothes.
Yep.
Corner stores, people always going to come get toilet paper, chips, candy.
Yep. All day long.
You know what I'm saying? I'm now I'm recreating what happens if we have another pandemic. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, Amazon delivery, all those businesses can help me grow. All those businesses can help me grow during a pandemic because when the pandemic came last time, you had Uber Eats, you had Grubhub, you had DoorDash, you had all these that made people have a steady source of income.
That's right.
I own a laundromat. You know, I didn't open it during the pandemic, but if I'd have opened it during the pandemic, I'll be the laundromat business will be making millions, you know, because the hospital needed contractors,
Yep.
the nursing home needed contractors, everybody needed contracts to wash their laundry. So the question is, what keeps you motivated to keep going when business get tough? I'm motivated because this is my calling to make sure that I have something set up for my family when I'm gone. The Bible says a wise man leaves an inheritance for his family.
That's right.
So business do get tough. But if you have the right staff, if you have the right business, and you have the right product, you can get through any storm in business.
Wow. That's a lot of wisdom right there. Coach White is dropping nuggets on tonight, y'all. He's dropping nuggets, and it's very important that you mentioned that scripture about a wise man.
Yeah.
And I know that Coach White is a very wise man. And with that being said, for someone who's just about to jump into the business, as this is the last question that I have for you on
Okay.
today.
Okay.
What's one piece of advice that you would give to someone who is just starting out? If you could say one thing to him.
Listen, this is a story from one of my books. I started when I came to Baltimore in 1999. I got married, had a young family, came from Virginia, DC area. Um, and I didn't go get a job when I got here. I brought a truck with no reverse. It was a 5-speed pickup truck. I put
Wow.
sides on it because when I came to Baltimore, everybody was hauling trash. And I
Yeah.
said, I can haul trash better than them. My one thing I would say, let nothing stop you from going forward. Now, how does this truck with no reverse correlates to what this closing question is? The advice I have for you is never let anybody see that you can't reverse.
Hmm.
In
Wow.
layman's terms, you have to pivot in business. That's my one thing I'll tell anybody. When I backed into the dump, I parked a certain way where I didn't have to use my reverse.
Mm-hmm.
If I went to the shopping center, I would park all the way in the back of the shopping center. Nobody knew I didn't have reverse but me and my wife because nobody else drove the truck but me. The bit
Mm-hmm.
of advice that I have for you, you might have to pivot and don't let nobody see your weaknesses. Don't let nobody see your weaknesses. Don't tell everybody what your moves are. Don't let
Right.
nobody see that you don't have reverse. Don't let nobody see that you can't back up in a parking space. Let everybody see that everything you doing is forward. It's forward
Right.
thinking. That's why it's so important to have a mentor
That's right.
so that you can talk to somebody that didn't have reverse, that couldn't get it in gear, but
Mm-hmm.
still made a great business. I end up with 3 hauling trucks, a box truck, a garage off of that truck with no reverse. I didn't let nobody see my weaknesses. Don't let nobody see your weaknesses. And don't let nobody count you out in business. I don't care what you're going through. People doubt me all the time. They're going to doubt you all the
Wow.
time. But guess what? Don't let nobody see your weakness and don't let nobody stop you from pivoting. Pivot. If you have to pivot, pivot. If you have to sell hot dogs before you can sell lamb chops, sell hot dogs.
Right.
Get to your vision. Whatever it takes to get to your vision, get there. That's all I got for you.
And that was some wisdom right there. You dropping nuggets, dropping nuggets, man. We got to learn and know how to pivot. Now, who would have thought that that truck that couldn't go in reverse would do all of this?
Yeah, yeah.
Because all
Man,
you,
I haul trash. I would park in somebody's alley.
hmm
I would make sure I wrote a note on the thing because when you don't have reverse, you might forget that you don't have reverse
oh yeah,
and get yourself in a compromising position.
hmm,
So I wrote a big sign. I went to signs. I went to Signs by Tomorrow and got them to laminate me a sign. Say, remember, you don't have reverse. You got to remind yourself of your weakness, but don't let nobody else remind you of it.
that's right. Wow, wow.
I had to remind myself of my weakness, but I didn't let nobody let nobody remind me that I didn't have reverse.
hmm
I reminded myself. The reverse didn't hinder me. The reverse might have hindered a client because, well, how you gonna get back here if you ain't got reverse? Well, how you gonna get to the dump? How you gonna back up to the dump if you ain't got reverse? It's none of their business.
Right. You
My
got the
weakness,
job done.
your weakness is nobody's business but yours. It's how you overcome your weaknesses.
That's right.
That's what we're doing. Overcoming our weakness.
Now, for someone who would want to get in contact with Coach White, they might need some business coaching. They might need some mentoring in business. How can they get in contact with you?
All they have to do is simply email me, lcwhiteinvest@gmail.com or lcwhiteinvest.com. That's it. My website is lcwhiteinvest.com and my email is lcwhiteinvest@gmail.com. That's how you get me. I answer my email every 5 minutes. I'm available. And I hope everybody's getting something, will get something
That's
out of
right.
this podcast because it's going to be big. It's going to be big.
That's it. Is. Make sure that y'all tuned in next week for part 2 of
Yes,
this
sir.
series
You don't know where we're
of,
going to be
of
at.
White Print. You
You
don't
don't know
you never know where we want to be. You know, Coach
the
White
white
has
print.
he
You
has
don't.
several businesses.
Hey, listen. You don't need the blueprint when you got the white print, baby.
That's right.
Listen, man. I appreciate you, man.
I
See
appreciate
you.
you as well.
See you next week. Same time, same channel.
And we'll see y'all next week, same time, same channel. And we gotta end it with what you just said. You don't need the blueprint when you got the white print. That's how we end it right there.
Over and out, man.
No, I need you to say it. You
Over and
you are
out,
the
yo.
white print.
Look, everybody else, it's invitations. But you don't need the blueprint when you got the white print.
Holla
LC
at your
White.
boys.